Alright, well, we're level 3. Um, we've gone over a bunch of stuff, and what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and just start pumping out some quests. So, because okay, now we have so we supposedly have some new skills, but alright. So we got some new boots, and oh, we have consumables. So one thing to know about consumables, this is where I tend to be more of a clicker than keybinder. Consumables, like potions and um, so like we're gonna get some. There's two types of consumables. There's your typical potion, which let's say you're low on health. You can see here this lesser Aethelus essence. It's going to give you 150 morale. So if you're running low on morale or health, you can use that to kind of give you like an instantaneous boost. And then this lesser celebrant salve, and it does the same thing except for instead of for morale, it does it for power. So, um, and here on the map you see a red dot, and that's what I was talking about. Aggressive NPCs or aggressive mobs. So we're just gonna go and we're gonna mess with this dude. So we end up messing with two people. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back down on my. Okay, and let's look at our map, figure out where we need to go. Let's go to Sprigley's farm. Oops. Left turn, Clyde, left turn. Almost took a wrong turn Albuquerque there. Oh. Alright. Alright, I won't be able to show you that. That's alright. Um, we'll just go ahead and keep on. Keep on keeping on. Alright, so I got a new cloak. Again, let's go ahead and, oop, before we do that, let's go ahead and put our cloak on. And we're going to talk to the provisioner. We're going to sell our old knife, and our rusted longsword, and our leather shoes. So, One thing that was mentioned to me that I think I probably should mention now is for the free-to-play players. There is a cap on the amount of gold you can have. So here, I'll open up my inventory real quick. Um, oh, I'm sorry, it's in the uh, wallet. There we go. If you go into your character screen and press on your wallet, you can see um, how much gold you have and your mithril coins. And your mithril coins are I'm not don't really, I'm not going to explain them right now, but basically, it's what you can use to get every day when you log in. You um, you get like a present, if you will, and every you can choose to open it up or um, use your mithril coins to get a bigger one. Um, for right now, it's not. Just know that it's a currency that you can use um, for it has to do with the Lotro store, I think. I'm pretty sure. Um, but as far as your gold goes, you have kind of a two gold maximum. Uh, at least free to play. Let me try that again. Free to play players have that cap on them initially. So what I think I'm going to do is, because it's really late where I am, and it's almost um, yeah, it's starting to get late, and I'm starting to get tired, and I'm sure that the quality of the audio is kind of decreasing. What we're going to go ahead and do is we'll finish up these quests that we have here, and head back in, turn these in, and then I'm going to probably call it a night. That will give me uh, a little bit of time to upload the videos and hopefully get some feedback on them. So, alright, so we need to kill these little piggies. Alright, good. So we got one boar meat. Two boar meat. And you'll see, so that marks what is the active quest. Um, one thing I should mention is that you can have uh, um, what you would call your active quest or the quest you're currently on, and you can is indicated by that a little icon right there, and so it'll show you where you need to go on the map. So right now we're kind of looking around for the farm hands. And then while we're doing that, we're collecting boar meat, and we're also collecting berries. So I think the last fella is. Alright. So you can see that our active quests they switched over. So I just kind of give you an idea of where I am. I'm over here, and you see that ring. That's where the last farmhand is. Excuse me, last farmhand is. So we're gonna head that way, And you notice over here, there's a bunch of dudes that aren't really happy that I'm here. And I got loot. So I'm going to go ahead and take that. Alright, and so we got all of our good. So now we're going to head. Oh, we need one more berry. So I did see a berry bush here. Oh, hey, sneaky, sneaky. Oh, that wasn't very nice. She was rather rude. Alright, so we got all of our berries. Got a bunch of dudes that are trying to kill us over here. Are not being very nice to us. Have a seat. I think those ladies were mad at me. Don't know exactly what I did, but they were pretty mad at me. Alright, so okay. We have we've collected our bilberries, we've collected our boar meat, we have um, we found all the farm hands, and then we ran over to try to get help from Comb, but found the way blocked. So now we're going to start turning in these quests. And try not to get stabbed to death on the way back. Oh, and let's go ahead and loot. So all in all, I think it's been a pretty good night. Just to kind of like recap. So I think we're on video number either 5 or 6 at this point. We've gone over a lot of stuff, and there's yeah, I try to make it as clear as possible. But if I didn't, I apologize. Hopefully, it gives you at least a little bit better idea of what are we going to get? We're going to get our you know what? I think we're going to stay with the blade because the parry. Oh, we got a title. So you'll notice that the icon pointed down to our character panel. We can click on titles, and you know, so I can either be of Rohan or the Wary. So I reached level 5 without being defeated. Yeah, we'll go ahead and make that one active. And let's just check something out. Let's go into our options, and let's go into UI settings. Actually, let's do social options. These are pets and stuff. Let's go to UI settings. Yeah, all right. So if you go into UI settings, you can turn your character name on and off. So now you can see there's my character, Bernie Rick the Wary. All right, so it's just kind of a neat little thing you can do. As you can see, our gear is starting to look a little bit better. Although he could use some pants. What do I have in here? No pants. but I did put, so it reminded me I needed to put my sword there. So I chose a sword because of the parry, and we talked about this way back in video 1, so I think as I'm running I kind of talk about this um, a little bit more, not probably not go into as much detail as I tried to, as I inadvertently went into. Um, but if you look at your character screen and you look at defense, you have this thing called avoidance. Um, and avoidance it's what we call damage mitigation. And what I mean by that is that as we're fighting mobs, they're going to be attacking you and hitting you. And what damage mitigation is it's a combination of things. It's a combination of your armor and your defensive abilities. So in here we have avoidance, parry, and evade. And parry is a way of avoiding an enemy attack, but because we don't have a shield, we're not going to block, so that that doesn't count. And we use two-handed. We use excuse me, we dual wield, so we're using two one-handed weapons. Um, parry is going to be our, oh good, I got some pants now. Parry is going to be one of our main defensive stats. It's kind of a way that we're, I don't want to say dodging isn't the right word because dodging and parry are kind of two different things, but it's a way for us to avoid getting, you know, uh, getting hit a lot. So as a champion, what I'm going to do is I'm going to um, choose gear that helps with that parry. So since my sword from the beginning has had that +1 parry, I kind of want to keep that because that's gonna it's gonna help. I'm rushing in, I'm bashing people with a sword and a knife, and even though I have heavy armor to kind of soften the damage that they do, um, I still want to. I still receive damage when I get hit, and when I parry something, I don't receive any damage. So I'm kind of mitigating. So between the armor and dodging attacks, or excuse me, more precisely, parrying attacks, I'm mitigating how much damage I'm receiving. And it, I don't want to get too much in detail, but just kind of realize that that's a good thing. Getting hit, if a mob, um, if you didn't have any armor on and you didn't have any parry or evade or any kind of damage mitigation, and they hit you with a sword, let's say they hit you for 100, but with your armor on and um, with your parry, you can parry and be not hit for anything. So instead of taking 100 damage, now you're taking 0, which is good. But with your heavy armor on, if they do hit you, instead of taking 100, you might be only taking, like 60 or 70. I'm just using those numbers as an example. I'm not saying that those are the actual numbers that are generated in the game, um, but just as an example. So, if your health pool is 200, instead of being killed with 2 shots, you know, his first, that NPC's or that mob's first attack, you parry it, so you get hit with 0. You're able to do an attack or 2 attacks before he can come back with another attack. And let's say he does hit you this time, and now you've only taken 70 damage. And now you still have 130 damage to work with, and um, you know at this point it might be a little too esoteric to kind of get into to get too far into, but just know that um, that your avoidance stats are your avoidance and your armor combined are what your character uses to mitigate damage. So you always want to have the best armor you can get. Now, depending on what class you are, some classes only wear cloth, some classes only wear, leather, some classes wear, the heavier stuff. You always want to get the best armor you can because that's one of the ways of staying alive longer. Alright, so let's go ahead and we'll finish this last little quest line up. Yeah, going back and forth. Okay, I think this is a good place to stop. Let's go ahead and we'll put our new trousers on. We'll equip our 2 rings. So if we look now, we have a kind of a full outfit. So Bernie with his wonderful stash, mustachioed Bernie. He has a full set of armor on, so it looks nice. He has 2 decent weapons, and he's starting to get some, um, starting to get some jewelry and other armor that's gonna, or other, excuse me, other um, equipment that's going to help him out. As you can see, this ring, adds to his vitality, and if you look here, vitality is increases your maximum morale. So I think we started off with 200 morale, and now we're up to 304 at level 5. And I think we started off with, I want to say 100 um, power, and now we're up to 200. So you can see, we're kind of starting to grow up. So we're out of the, we're still babies in the world of Lotro, but we're uh, we're out of the nursery and into a normal crib, if you will. Um, we've gone over a whole bunch of stuff, and I tried, like I said earlier, I tried to make it as I tried to be as clear as I could. Kind of going off the cuff, it was a little more difficult than I anticipated. So hopefully it was a good introduction to kind of the basic systems of what's going on inside of the game. So you're not, completely what the heck's going on. I'm going to go ahead and stop the video here. This goes for any of the videos. If you have questions, definitely feel free to comment in the comments below. If you have suggestions, if there's something you want to see, between levels 5 through 10, or there's something you think I need to talk about, um, definitely let me know, either through through the comments on YouTube, or if you're in the Coursera course, through through the forum posting that I'm going to put with the links to the videos. I'll try to do as much as I can to to and be as informative as I can about these low levels. Um, my goal is for levels 5 through 10 to kind of go much faster, and maybe not talk about so much of the minutia as possible, and start to get into more Lotro specific things. Um, I'm kind of up in the air. I don't know how many people are going to watch this, and if it's even worthwhile. If there is, if there's enough people, I might do another beginning video with a different class, but I'm definitely not going to be as, if I do another class or other classes, I'm definitely not going to be as in depth, and I'm just going to kind of go to, hey, these are the basic abilities of the class. Um, I'm still kind of debating about doing that. These videos kind of take they've been fun, but they um, they're a little bit time consuming. So um, I don't want to. There's 9 classes, and so far it's taken me about I think about 4 hours. So 4 hours per class, that'd be a lot of time, and I still have to render these and do all that stuff. Um, but I will if there's I I will if the interest is there. I mean, if there's enough people, or if so, there's a couple ways I can do it. I can just kind of keep with this character and keep playing. If you think, and just kind of go back and revisit things that you might want some clarification on. I could roll another type of class. So right now we're playing a melee class. I can roll. We're playing a melee damage class. I could maybe do a range damage or maybe a healer or a tank, just so you can kind of get a sense of the gameplay, early level gameplay mechanics of those classes. Um, so those are kind of the two options. I, I don't think I want to do one for every class. I think that would be a little too much. And really, by the time I do the second or third one, I mean, a lot of this stuff is going to be like, oh, okay, it's just going to make sense. Um, I mean, a lot of this information isn't really class specific, so um, let me know what you think, what would be interesting. I'm going to go ahead and stop it here for tonight, and then I'll pick up tomorrow. We'll do levels 5 through 10 and see if we can't get those knocked out much quicker. Um, and yeah, well, thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate your patience and your interest in this. And I hope everyone has a wonderful day. All right, thanks a lot.